Hello and welcome to Beyond the Bio, the recap. In these short bite-sized episodes, I am recapping Monday's episode and encouraging you to take some level of action. Because what's the point in consuming and listening to content and then doing nothing with it? So this week I was chatting with Joe Simpson, who is our CFO here at Moja. It was such a great episode, so if you did miss Monday's show with Joe, please go back and take a listen. You will find the link to the show in the show notes. What I love about Joe is she knows loads about finances and giving advice and guidance around business strategy from a finance perspective, but she is very human and understands way more than finance and has a very holistic perspective, which I very much value. A little bit about Jo. She set up her business consultancy and accounts practice in 2002. She's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs create and scale their businesses since then. Jo has an incredible passion for supporting ambitious entrepreneurs in building businesses that are profitable while living a life that they love. She's an accredited Profit First professional and multiple business owner, and she's taken all of this knowledge and expertise to create a range of courses, a membership, and a bespoke mastermind, which she launched into the online world in 2016 as the Financial Growth Academy. During our conversation, we were talking about why it's so important to invest in your branding early on and all the way through your entrepreneurial journey, how to make yourself stand out and be distinctive, and how you can invest in your professional profile even on a tight budget. It was a really useful conversation, and as I said before, I really love working with Jo because she sees beyond just the numbers and she's very forward thinking and can think about the impact of things. One of the things that Jo often talks about is you can create the best product, the best service in the world, but if no one knows you or that product or service exists, then so what? You're going to really struggle to sell them. So Jo very much understands this visibility piece and how getting yourself out there is going to then in turn create this magnetic effect of attracting those opportunities to you. I find that this scenario is very much a chicken and egg situation, and I can relate to it pretty closely myself. Still being in startup mode, moving to scale up mode with Moja, I wanted to invest in so many things at the beginning of this business, but you can't do it all. And unless you have significant investment or you're making insane amounts of money from the off, you have to cut your cloth. You have to think about what it is that you do spend your money on and make sure that you're getting a return on whatever investment you choose to make. What Jo did say is that you have to spend something on your professional profile. You have to spend something on boosting your visibility. So for all of us, it's going to be different depending on what stage we're at in our businesses and careers. So if you are working within a corporate, it might be that there's budget to do certain things. You might be able to influence someone internally around a development program that focuses on visibility. It might just be a case that you are able to carve up some of your time to spend your time, which has a cost, on doing some of these profile raising activities. If you own a business, depending on what stage you're at, depending on how much money you're making, depending how big your team is, you're going to have a few different things that will impact on the time and cash that you can spend. If you're very early stage and you don't have the budget to spend on these things, then it's thinking about how do you carve your time out to do some of these things yourself. And you're in the right place. Beyond the Bio has so much content over the last year of episodes that you can truly do it yourself just by listening to the previous episodes and focusing on those different areas. Another thing you could go back to do is have a look at the quiz that we stick in the show notes of every single Beyond the Bio episode. Doing this quiz, doing it literally on your device, on your phone, takes 2 minutes, gives you a score for each element of your profile. That is then going to give you those pointers as to which areas you focus on. So it might be a case of you're then planning your goals and objectives around these different areas of profile based on how you do with the quiz. If you are a little bit further along, you've got a bit of momentum with your profile, you've got some cash coming into the business, or actually now is a great time for funding. There's tons of funding pots available to access money that is going to help you to grow your business. And it might be that you choose to apply for one of these funds and spend some of the money with an agency like mine or somebody else to really enhance your profile and get really focused on this. Because actually, when we're growing businesses, we haven't got time. Time is our greatest asset, and we haven't got the time to spend doing all the things we know we should do. So by working with a team of experts, you're going to be able to maximize your time, and with the money that you're spending, you should be getting a good return on your investment. So it might be that you go out and explore some of these funding pots, or you just look at your finances with a brilliant financial person such as Joe, and you work out how much of your budget you can spend on this kind of activity and you allocate it accordingly. It might be that you work with a team like mine where you're on a retainer and you are working on various different activities each month that move your goals and objectives forward. Or it might be that you work on a project. So you might think, hey, I would love to do a podcast. I'm going to invest some money in doing a podcast. Or awards could be really awesome for me. I'm going to invest some time and money on having the best chance of being shortlisted and hopefully winning some awards. So there's all sorts of different things that you can do. So it's a case of working out what is going to move your business forward and getting some expert help if you're unsure of that yourself. And how much money have you got to play with? There is going to be a solution for everyone. But in my opinion, doing nothing is not the solution. That is not going to be helpful. And it might be that you feel awkward around doing some of this stuff, which again is why it is helpful to work with experts. So my take action is going to be to work out how much time and how much money you have to spend on pushing your profile and increasing your visibility. And if you do have access to an awesome CFO type person or accountant or whoever holds the money within your business, then have a bit of time with them. Maybe get them to listen to the episode with Joe, so that they can really understand where you're coming from and be able to have a really helpful strategic discussion with you to help set a budget and move your visibility goals forward. As always, I hope that this topic has been useful and that you choose to take some action. And again, as always, let me know how you get on. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on Monday.